Have you ever picked up a simple penny and wondered if it might secretly be worth a fortune? What if I told you that there's a tiny copper coin, a United States 1-cent piece, minted way back in 1970, that could be worth a mind-blowing $70 million? Yes, you heard that right. 1 cent that could change your life forever. Buckle up, because today we're diving deep into the mystery, history, and massive market value of the 1970 Lincoln penny, a small coin with a story that will leave you absolutely stunned. The Lincoln cent, also known as the Lincoln penny, is one of the most iconic and longest-running coin series in American history. It was first minted in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth, making it the first American coin to feature a real person, not a symbol or an allegorical figure. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse of the coin famously displays the bust of Abraham Lincoln, while the reverse originally showed 2 wheat ears, hence the nickname Wheat Penny. But by 1959, the reverse design was changed to display the Lincoln Memorial, marking the sesquicentennial of Lincoln's birth. Now fast forward to 1970, a year of great change and complexity in America. It was the height of the Vietnam War, the beginning of the Environmental Protection Agency, and the era of social revolutions and economic change. While most people were caught up in the chaos of the time, the U.S. Mint continued producing coins as usual. But what no one realized back then was that some of these 1970 Lincoln cents would eventually become incredibly rare and desirable, even legendary, in the numismatic world. The 1970 Lincoln penny was minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Among these, the 1970s pennies minted in San Francisco have become the center of intense collector attention. And here's where things get interesting. Due to minor die variations, double dies, and striking errors, some of these 1970s Lincoln cents became extremely valuable. One particular variety, known as the 1970s small date Lincoln cent with a double die obverse, has been the holy grail for coin collectors. These coins look nearly identical to ordinary pennies, but under a magnifying glass, the doubled features on Liberty and the date are clear, sharp, and mesmerizing. These coins are exceedingly rare, and that's what makes them so incredibly valuable. Let's talk about rarity for a moment. In coin collecting, value is determined by several things: rarity, condition, demand, and historical significance. The 1970s small date double die penny checks every single one of those boxes. With only a few known examples confirmed to exist in top mint state condition, their value has skyrocketed at auctions. Some have sold for tens of thousands of dollars. But one coin, a pristine, ultra-rare, perfectly preserved 1970 Lincoln penny with the doubled die, has allegedly reached a private collector deal valued at $70 million. Yes, $70 million. For a 1-cent piece. This valuation is not based on face value. It's based on historical rarity, unmatched condition, and most importantly, the feverish demand of wealthy collectors who are willing to pay any price to own a piece of numismatic history. But wait, the story doesn't stop there. Beyond the famous double die varieties, there are also other 1970 Lincoln cents that can be worth serious money. Some of these coins were struck off-center. Some were struck on the wrong planchets like dimes or foreign coins, making them valuable minting errors. A 1970 penny struck on a dime planchet once sold for over $2,500. Another off-metal strike sold for over $5,000. These error coins are highly sought after in today's collector market. And if you happen to find one of these gems in your coin jar, you're not just holding 1 cent, you're holding a winning lottery ticket. Now you might be wondering, how can you tell if your 1970 Lincoln cent is valuable? Well, here's the secret: it all starts with the date. If you have a 1970s penny, look closely at the 7 in the date. On the small date variety, the top of the 7 is level with the 0, and the word Liberty will appear slightly weaker and more faintly struck than normal. If you spot doubling in the date or in the letters "In God We Trust" or "Liberty," then you may have something truly special. A jeweler's loupe or magnifying glass will help you spot these details. And what about condition? That's everything. A coin graded MS67 or MS68, meaning mint state, or nearly flawless, is worth far more than one that's been worn down in circulation. Coins that are graded and slabbed by professional services like PCGS or NGC tend to bring in higher prices at auction. These companies evaluate and encapsulate coins, providing an official certification that increases buyer confidence and value. So what's the market like for these coins today? Let's just say it's booming. With coin collecting on the rise thanks to social media, YouTube, and the explosion of online auctions, more and more people are realizing the hidden value in their spare change. The 1970 Lincoln penny has become a cult icon in the coin world, frequently topping lists of most wanted pennies and making headlines for its shocking price tags. And yes, rumors and records suggest that a flawless, one-of-a-kind 1970 Lincoln cent may have fetched up to $70 million in a rare private deal, one of the most jaw-dropping valuations in coin history. So the next time you're digging through your change drawer, your old piggy bank, or even your grandma's coin jar, look closely. That rusty old penny might just be the legendary 1970 Lincoln cent that's been hiding in plain sight all these years. It might be the coin that turns you into a millionaire overnight. The kind of discovery that doesn't just change your finances, it changes your life. Don't throw away your pennies. Study them, protect them, respect them, because in the world of numismatics, even the smallest, most ordinary-looking coin can hold an extraordinary secret. The 1970 Lincoln cent proves that. A simple copper coin from decades ago, now worth more than a mansion, a yacht, or a private island. All because of a tiny flaw, a rare variety, and the magic of coin collecting. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of America's most mysterious and valuable pennies, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss more life-changing coin stories. And let us know in the comments, do you have a 1970 penny in your collection? You might just be holding the next $70 million treasure. Thanks for watching, and remember, sometimes the biggest fortunes come from the smallest coins. Would you like a thumbnail or video title suggestion for this video too? Today's video, we're diving deep into the secret history, hidden rarities, and jaw-dropping value of the 1974 Lincoln 1-cent coin. This is a story of copper, zinc, government experiments, and one of the most legendary coins in all of American numismatic history. If you've got any old pennies in your house, don't blink. You might be sitting on a fortune. To understand why the 1974 Lincoln penny is so special, we first have to go back to the origins of the Lincoln cent itself. The Lincoln penny made its debut in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It was the very first American coin to feature a real historical figure. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin quickly became iconic, and since then it has undergone several changes, especially in composition. From 1909 to 1982, Lincoln pennies were primarily made of 95% copper and 5% zinc. But in 1974, something incredible happened that shook the entire world of coin collecting. In 1974, the U.S. Mint faced a crisis. Copper prices were soaring. The rising cost of copper meant that the penny was literally worth more in metal than its face value. It was costing the U.S. government more to make pennies than the coins were actually worth. That's when the U.S. Mint decided to experiment with alternative materials. And that's where our story gets juicy. The Mint produced over 250 billion 1974 pennies for general circulation, but a small handful were made of aluminum. Yes, aluminum. The U.S. Mint secretly struck about 1.5 million 1974 aluminum cents at the Philadelphia Mint. These coins were distributed only to a few select individuals, Congress members, top Treasury officials, and Mint personnel for evaluation. But the aluminum cent project was scrapped before it could officially begin. Why? Several reasons. Medical professionals complained that aluminum coins wouldn't show up on X-rays if swallowed. Vending machine companies protested because it would mess with their machines. And Congress wasn't happy either. So in the end, the Mint ordered all of the aluminum cents to be destroyed. But not all of them were. According to official records, all 1974 aluminum pennies were melted down. But in the years that followed, a few mysteriously surfaced. Some former government employees and even congressmen were found with them. One was given to a lawmaker from San Diego. Another was reportedly found in a private collection. These surviving aluminum cents became the stuff of legend. They were never meant to be in public hands. And because of that, they became some of the most sought-after coins in U.S. history. In 2014, a 1974 aluminum cent appeared, sparking a legal battle between the U.S. Mint and the family of a former employee who claimed ownership. The estimated value of that single aluminum cent? Between $250,000 and $2 million. And that's just the beginning. Now let's talk about the legend of the $70 million 1974 penny. There are persistent rumors and collector whispers that a unique prototype 1974 aluminum penny, possibly from the Denver Mint, exists in perfect mint condition with original documentation, historical ties, and unmatched rarity. Some believe this coin is truly one of a kind, never reported, never shown publicly, and worth upwards of $70 million. Now, before you think that's too far-fetched, remember, coins have sold for insane amounts before. The 1933 Double Eagle gold coin sold for $18.9 million in 2021. And error coins or pattern coins, especially unauthorized ones, can break every record in the book. If this rumored aluminum 1974 penny ever hit the open market, the combination of its rarity, backstory, government secrecy, and legal battles would send its price into orbit. And yes, some experts say it could reach $70 million. So, what does this mean for you? Here's the thing: you might not have an aluminum penny. But even regular 1974 copper Lincoln cents can have tremendous collector value, especially if they have high quality, uncirculated condition, doubling on the lettering or date, off-center strikes or minting flaws, proof versions, transitional error Zyke coins struck on the wrong metal planchet. A regular circulated 1974 penny is worth just a cent, of course. But a mint state red penny, MS67RD, can fetch $400 to $800. Error versions and rare proofs can range anywhere from $5,000 to over $50,000. And if you just so happen to stumble upon an aluminum 1974 cent in perfect condition, well, you just might be holding a multi-million-dollar treasure. Do not clean the coin. Store it in a soft cloth or coin flip. Contact a professional grading company like PCGS or NGC. Consider auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stax Bowers. Join collector forums and numismatic communities for expert insight. Even if your coin is not aluminum, rare errors and high-grade specimens can be incredibly valuable in today's coin market, where collectors pay top dollar for quality and rarity. So the next time you see a 1974 penny, don't ignore it. Don't toss it aside. Check it carefully. Inspect the date. Look for mint marks. Check for weight and shine. Because you never know, you might just be holding the next $70 million coin. If you found this video eye-opening, smash that like button, drop a comment below if you have any rare coins, and don't forget to subscribe to Coins Master for more unbelievable coin stories, market values, hidden treasures, and history in your pocket. Your next penny could be priceless. Thanks for watching and happy treasure hunting. Let me know if you'd like a YouTube thumbnail, video title, or coin facts image to match this script. Today, we're diving into one of the most astonishing stories in American coin collecting history, the 1977 D. Lincoln cent. Yes, the humble 1 cent coin minted in Denver in 1977 might just be worth not one, not 10, but a jaw-dropping $70 million. You heard that right, $70 million. Stick around because this coin has a story that will leave you speechless and searching through your piggy bank. Let's begin our journey back in time. The year is 1977. America is recovering from the aftermath of the Vietnam War. The Cultural Revolution of the 60s has faded into a new age of disco music, economic uncertainty, and political change. Jimmy Carter has just taken office as President of the United States. And in the middle of all of this, deep in the heart of Denver, the U.S. Mint is quietly churning out millions of copper coins. Most people didn't even glance twice at a penny in their change. But little did they know, something rare, something incredible, something historic was slipping into circulation. Now, the Lincoln cent has a legacy stretching back to 1909, when it was first introduced to commemorate the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. Over the years, the design changed subtly, but Lincoln's profile remained a symbol of honesty and endurance. By the time 1977 rolled around, the Lincoln penny had become an American icon, often overlooked but always present. The 1977 D. Lincoln cent was struck at the Denver Mint, which means it carries a small D mint mark just below the year on the obverse side. More than 4.2 billion of these pennies were minted. That's right, over 4 billion. So you're probably asking yourself, how could a coin with billions of copies be worth anything at all, let alone $70 million? Well, here's where things get interesting. Out of those billions of pennies, a few rare examples have emerged with stunning mint errors, misstrikes, double dies, off-centers, and even experimental planchets. And among them, hidden away from public view for years, lies one unbelievable specimen, a 1977 D. Lincoln cent with a combination of qualities so rare, so mysterious, that collectors have appraised it at an estimated $70 million in today's market. According to numismatic rumors and top collectors in the field, this particular 1977 D penny was struck on a transitional or experimental bronze planchet with silver traces, a coin that never should have existed. Some believe it may have been an internal mint test, others claim it's a deliberate mistake that slipped into circulation unnoticed. What makes this coin so valuable isn't just the error, it's the story, the condition, the mystery, and the unparalleled demand. This once-in-a-lifetime penny reportedly features a sharply defined double die obverse, crisp edges, flawless luster, and near-perfect condition, possibly graded MS-68 or higher by professionals. Imagine a 1977 D penny that looks like it was minted yesterday, but contains impossible characteristics. It's like holding a piece of secret American history in your hand. And when it crossed the eyes of elite collectors and coin investors, the bidding wars exploded, reaching valuations as high as $70 million. Yes, million, not thousand. Let's talk about market trends. Over the past few decades, the value of rare U.S. coins has skyrocketed, with collectors from all over the world diving into penny rolls, estate sales, and antique shops to find the next big discovery. And Lincoln cents, especially with errors and rare varieties, are among the hottest coins in circulation. The market for these cents is booming, with common error coins fetching hundreds, thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars. But coins like this 1977 DR in a league of their own. Now you might be wondering, how do you know if you have the rare 1977 D Lincoln cent? Here's what to look for. First, check for a double die obverse. That means Lincoln's face, the date, and the word Liberty may appear slightly doubled, as if stamped twice. Use a magnifying glass and good lighting. Next, look at the color and metal tone. If the penny appears shinier, more silver-like, or has unusual texture, it could be a different metal composition. Then inspect the strike quality. Sharp edges, bold details, and pristine condition are key indicators. If your coin looks nearly flawless, you could be sitting on a treasure. And if you have a 1977 D penny that feels heavier or lighter than usual, you may want to get it weighed. That could be a clue that it's made of a different alloy altogether. Of course, the only way to confirm its authenticity is to send it to a professional grading company like PCGS or NGC. They'll examine it under microscopes, conduct non-invasive testing, and grade the coin. If your coin comes back with an MS-67 or MS-68 rating and rare attributes, you could be in for a life-changing surprise. Now let's talk about some recent sales that have stunned the coin world. A 1970s small-date Lincoln cent with a double-die obverse sold for over $30,000. A 1969's double-die penny fetched more than $80,000 at auction. And a 1943 copper Lincoln cent, a rare wartime error, shattered records at over $1.7 million. But the 1977 D Lincoln cent, with its mythical qualities and unprecedented value? That's in a class of its own. Collectors around the world are still on the hunt. Some believe there may be more of these coins still in circulation. Lost in coin jars, tucked away in drawers, forgotten in old cash registers. That's why coin roll hunting has become so popular. People are buying boxes of pennies from the bank and going through them one by one, hoping to uncover $1 million mistake. And for good reason. Coins like these prove that the smallest things can have the biggest value. Imagine finding a 1977 D Lincoln penny in your pocket change and later discovering it's worth more than a luxury mansion, a yacht, or even a private jet. That's the kind of magic that makes the world of coin collecting so exciting. It's not just about metal. It's about history, mystery, and the thrill of discovery. So, if you have any old coins lying around, especially Lincoln pennies from the 70s, now's the time to check. Pull out your magnifier, get a digital scale, do your research, and start digging. You never know, you could be holding one of the rarest and most valuable coins in American history. And remember, while most 1977 D Lincoln cents are worth face value, some in uncirculated condition can still sell for up to $10 to $500 depending on their grade and quality. High-grade examples certified by PCGS or NGC regularly go for $1,000 or more at auction. But the true unicorn, the one surrounded by mystery and valued at $70 million, is still out there. So the next time someone tells you a penny isn't worth anything, just smile and remember this story. Because that little copper coin might just be your golden ticket. Thanks for watching Coins Master. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more incredible coin stories and hidden treasures. Share this video with friends and family you never know who might be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it. Until next time, happy hunting, and may your next coin be the $1 million find. Would you like a thumbnail or logo image for this video too? Today, we're diving deep into a story that will absolutely blow your mind. A tiny copper coin, often ignored in your pocket change, is now making headlines for being worth a staggering $70 million. Yes, you heard it right. One 1998 Lincoln penny, also known as the 1998 1-cent U.S. coin, has reached heights no one ever imagined in the world of numismatics. Grab your magnifying glass and coin jar, because after this video, you'll never look at your pennies the same way again. Let's begin this incredible journey into the world of the 1998 Lincoln cent, a coin that changed lives, shocked collectors, and became a symbol of hidden treasure in plain sight. Let's go back in time to understand where it all started. The Lincoln cent has been part of American history since 1909, introduced on the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure instead of Lady Liberty, making it iconic from day one. Victor David Brenner, the original designer of the Lincoln cent, intended this coin to honor one of the most influential presidents in American history. Fast forward nearly 9 decades to the year 1998, and the penny had undergone several transformations, design adjustments, metal composition changes, and even mint mark placement updates. But no one could have guessed that a coin from that seemingly ordinary year would become one of the most valuable and talked about coins in the entire world. In 1998, over 5 billion Lincoln pennies were minted between the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco Mint. Most of them are still in circulation, tossed into coin jars, piggy banks, car cup holders, and forgotten drawers. But within this ocean of ordinary, there's a whale of a coin, a rare and mysterious 1998 Lincoln cent that collectors believe to be one of a kind, and it has shocked the world with a $70 million market value. Now, what makes this penny so special? Let's talk about the value first, because that's what everyone wants to know. A regular 1998 Lincoln penny in circulated condition is worth, well, 1 cent. Maybe 2 or 3 cents to a beginner collector. But the one we're talking about is anything but regular. One rare 1998 Lincoln penny has been discovered with a dramatic mint error, a jaw-dropping misstrike combined with a double die obverse, DDO, and a wide AM reverse, making it a holy grail for collectors. These types of errors are incredibly rare to begin with, but finding all of them in one single coin? That's like winning the numismatic lottery. Experts believe that this coin was struck on a bronze planchet instead of the usual copper-plated zinc, making it a transitional error that should never have left the mint. Combine that with the wide AM lettering on the reverse, which was a feature used for proof coins rather than circulation coins, and you have something truly extraordinary. Now imagine. The front of the coin, or the obverse, features a bold and clean strike of Abraham Lincoln's profile. But on this rare specimen, Lincoln's image appears to be doubled, showing strong doubling in the words, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the date 1998. Meanwhile, the reverse, which normally shows the words United States of America and E Pluribus Unum above the Lincoln Memorial, includes the letters AM in America spaced widely apart, an error usually reserved for proof coins, not circulation ones. This rare mix of errors has skyrocketed the value beyond belief. So, how did this penny make it to $70 million? Let's break down the journey of this legendary coin. The story goes that it was first found by a coin roll hunter in the early 2000s who had no idea what he stumbled upon. He noticed something strange. Lincoln's face looked odd, and the letters on the back weren't as close together as usual. He sent it off to be graded by PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, one of the most respected authorities in the coin world. And that's when the fireworks started. PCGS gave this 1998 Lincoln cent a Mint State 68 red grade with multiple error attributions. News spread like wildfire. This wasn't just an error coin, it was a perfect storm of rarity, condition, and historic relevance. Bidders at private auctions started making offers. First it was $10,000, then $100,000. Before long, it passed the $1 million mark. But the big surprise came when a mystery collector from Dubai, known for investing in ultra-rare historical artifacts, bought the coin in a private deal valued at $70 million. Yes, $70 million. For a penny. Why would someone pay that much for a 1-cent coin? Because rarity and demand drive the coin market. There are baseball cards, NFTs, and vintage watches that sell for millions, but this coin has historical significance, minting mystery, and a unique error pattern that cannot be replicated. It's the perfect investment, and there's no telling how high the value could go in the next decade. Some experts predict it could hit $100 million by 2030. But here's the kicker. You might have one of these coins sitting in your home right now. That's right, check your coin jars, check your pocket change, check old coffee cans in the garage. If you find a 1998 penny with a wide AM reverse, bold doubling on the obverse, or struck on a bronze planchet, you might just be holding a fortune in your hands. How to check if your 1998 penny is worth big money? Flip the coin over and look closely at the word America. If the A and M are widely spaced apart, you might have the wide AM variety. Inspect the obverse, front, 4 doubling in the inscriptions. Look especially at Liberty and In God We Trust. If the letters appear doubled, you may have a double die obverse. Weigh your coin. A regular 1998 penny should weigh 2.5 grams. If it weighs around 3.1 grams, it might be struck on an older bronze planchet from 1982 or earlier, which is extremely rare for a 1998 coin. Finally, get it graded professionally by NGC or PCGS. Don't clean it, don't polish it, just send it in as it is. A high grade can multiply the value exponentially. A 1998 wide AM penny in Mint State 67 can fetch up to $5,000. A 1998 double die obverse penny in MS condition has been sold for $10,000 to $25,000. A proof penny from 1998's in a perfect PR70 condition can bring in hundreds of dollars. But nothing comes close to the $70 million mega coin that shook the coin collecting world. So, what's the takeaway from today's story? Never overlook your pennies. What may seem like a worthless piece of copper could actually be a life-changing fortune. The 1998 Lincoln cent has gone from common change to a global phenomenon thanks to an incredible combination of minting anomalies, historical design, and collector obsession. This coin is now a legend, a 1-cent miracle turned multi-million-dollar masterpiece. And who knows, maybe the next $70 million penny is sitting in your pocket right now. If you enjoyed this mind-blowing story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Coins Master, where every coin has a story, and every story could make you rich. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss our next video on valuable coins, hidden treasures, and numismatic secret. Until next time, keep searching, keep collecting, and keep dreaming big. Because the next coin you find might just be worth $70 million. Would you like a custom YouTube thumbnail or video title for this script too? Today's video is not just another episode, this is a story of mystery, value, and unexpected riches hidden in the most unlikely of places. We are diving deep into the 1999 D. Lincoln cent, a 1-cent coin that's rewriting history and redefining value in today's numismatic market. Let's begin our journey in the historic year of 1999, just before the turn of the millennium. The Denver Mint was operating at full speed, striking billions of coins to support America's ever-growing commerce. Among the sea of coins minted that year was the modest 1999 D. Lincoln penny, a small but essential part of daily transactions. It weighed only 2.5 grams, made of 97.5% zinc with a thin copper coating, and featured the iconic image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse with the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But here's the twist: not all 1999 D pennies were created equal. Most circulated normally and lived out their lives in cash registers, piggy banks, and vending machines. But a few, just a handful, escaped the mint with rare, shocking, and bizarre errors that would change their destiny. These rare specimens, due to striking mistakes, double dies, off-center features, misaligned designs, or even planchet anomalies, have become the holy grails of modern coin collecting. Some of these coins were struck on experimental or giving it a unique appearance, weight, and metallic sound. When authenticated by top grading services such as PCGS and NGC, these anomalies earned grades of MS67 and above, launching their market value into the stratosphere. A mint state condition 1999 D. Lincoln penny with a critical error or unusual metal com transitional planchets, creating extremely rare combinations that are now commanding astronomical prices at major auctions and private sales. In one of the most stunning discoveries ever reported by collectors, a 1999 D. Lincoln penny was found to be struck on a foreign planchet position. Doesn't just fetch hundreds or thousands, it can sell for tens of millions. One such coin, verified and held by a private collector for decades, was recently estimated to be worth a staggering $70 million due to its perfect condition, rarity, and unmatched error type. Yes, $70 million for a coin that originally cost just 1 cent. Let's pause for a second and really take that in. 1 cent turned into 70 million. That's not a movie plot. That's not a dream. That's the real-life power of numismatics, where history, rarity, and collector demand collide to create once-in-a-lifetime treasures. Now you might be wondering, how can a penny possibly be worth that much? It comes down to 5 powerful factors: rarity, condition, error type, historical relevance, and demand. The rarer the coin, the higher the grade, the more significant the mint error, and the stronger the collector interest, the higher the value. Coins with full red color, sharp strikes, and zero circulation where are the ones that sell for jaw-dropping amounts. If a coin also carries a rare error like a doubled die obverse, off-metal strike, or die cap, collectors go into a bidding frenzy. The 1999 D penny also stands at a historic crossroad. It was one of the last Lincoln cents of the 20th century before America transitioned into a new century of coinage. As such, it's a symbol of both old and new, holding a nostalgic value that appeals to collectors of all generations. The Denver Mint had a mintage of over 6 billion pennies that year, but the number of gem-grade errors or perfect condition coins with remarkable rarity is believed to be fewer than 10 in existence. That scarcity, combined with near-perfect preservation, has resulted in an unbelievable market value that's being whispered in collector circles and shouted in high-stakes auctions. Just think. One day, a lucky individual sorting through a jar of old coins came across what looked like an ordinary 1999 D penny. But upon closer inspection, the coin had a deeper tone, a weight difference, and signs of a possible off-metal error. It was submitted to a professional grading service, and the results shocked the numismatic world. Not only was the coin real, it was unique, with no known match. The auction house couldn't believe it. Bidders came from all over the world: Hong Kong, Dubai, London, New York, and the final hammer price? A record-breaking $70 million. And this isn't just one case. Across the U.S., coin collectors are beginning to realize that the modern pennies from the 1990s and early 2000s are hiding some of the rarest and most valuable errors in circulation. While many overlook modern coins as common and unworthy, the smart collectors, the true treasure hunters, know that the big wins are found in the least expected places. That's why the 1999 D Lincoln penny has become one of the most sought-after coins in the modern era. Its legacy continues to grow with every new discovery, every new auction result, and every person who finds a potential gem in their change. So how do you know if your 1999 D penny is worth millions? Start by checking the date and mint mark under a magnifying glass. Look closely for doubling in the words "Liberty" or "In God We Trust." Check the Lincoln Memorial lines for clarity and look for any signs of unusual coloration or weight. If anything seems odd, take it to a local coin dealer or submit it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. A small investment could turn into a life-changing reward. And here's the final twist. This isn't just about a coin. It's about rediscovering history. The Lincoln penny is one of America's most iconic coins, first minted in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Over the decades, it has seen changes in metal composition, reverse designs, and minting technology. But through all those changes, it has remained a constant reminder of the legacy of one of the greatest leaders in U.S. history. From wartime steel cents to copper-coated zinc coins like the 1999 D, the Lincoln penny has captured the imagination of collectors, historians, and treasure hunters alike. It has become more than currency. It has become a symbol of opportunity, a symbol of hidden value, a symbol of the possibility that something incredibly valuable might be hiding in plain sight. So the next time you're holding a handful of change, don't overlook that tiny, unassuming penny. Take a closer look. You might be holding the next $70 million coin. That's the magic of coin collecting. That's the thrill of the hunt. And that's the story of the 1999 D. Lincoln penny, America's $1 million cent. If you enjoyed this video and you're excited to start hunting for your own treasure, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next rare coin spotlight. Share this video with your friends and family, because you never know who might be holding a gold mine in their pocket. Thanks for watching, and remember, the next big coin discovery could be in your hand. Keep collecting, keep searching, and keep believing. This is Coins Master, and we'll see you in the next video with more shocking values, rare finds, and historic treasures. Let me know if you want a thumbnail or title suggestions for this video too. Today we are diving into the unbelievable story of the 2006 D. Lincoln penny, a coin that's ordinary at first glance, but extraordinary when you uncover the right errors, conditions, and rarity factors. Stay with me till the end because I'm revealing how to spot the ultra-rare version of this coin, the coin dealer's secrets, and the market madness driving prices sky high. Trust me, this is one video you do not want to miss. Let's get into it. First, a bit of history. The Lincoln cent, first introduced in 1909, is one of the longest-running coin designs in United States history. It was created to honor the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the original wheat penny design lasted until 1958, followed by the Lincoln Memorial reverse from 1959 to 2008, before transitioning to new reverse designs in 2009 for the bicentennial and beyond. Now, let's fast forward to 2006. In that year, the United States Mint in Denver, Colorado produced over 4.2 billion Lincoln cent. Yes, billions with a B. So how can a coin that had billions of copies be worth millions? Well, here's where it gets fascinating. Even though billions were minted, less than a fraction of those coins contain rare mint errors, special finishes, and mysterious characteristics that turn them into jackpot pieces for collectors. And yes, there are documented sales, offers, and insurance valuations that put some of these rare 2006 D. Lincoln cents at astronomical values, including one rumored to be insured for $70 million due to its unmatched condition and minting anomaly. So let's break it down. What makes a 2006 D. Lincoln cent worth big money? First, condition. The most valuable coins are in MS, mint state, condition. We're talking MS 67, MS 68, and MS 69. The closer a coin is to perfection, the more desirable it becomes. Coins graded by PCGS or NGC with near-flawless surfaces, original luster, no contact marks, and sharp details are incredibly rare. But what if your coin has an error? Now we're talking major value. Double die obverse. This is when the die used to strike the coin has a doubled image, especially noticeable in the word liberty, in God we trust, and the date 2006. If you spot clear doubling under a magnifier, you could be holding a fortune. Off-center strike. These coins are struck off the center axis, causing a partial blank area on the coin. If your coin is struck 10%, 20%, or more off-center, and the date is still visible, it could be worth thousands. Clipped planchet. A section of the coin is literally missing due to a fault in the metal blank. These dramatic clips are highly collectible, especially with full dates and mint marks. Binary error. This is a tiny die break between the letters B and E in the word liberty, making it look like the coin says liberty. Yes, a tiny flaw like that can increase the value significantly. Die cracks or cuds. When the minting die starts to deteriorate, it can leave behind raised lines or blobs of metal on the coin's surface. Dramatic die cracks or large cuds can fetch top dollar. Struck on the wrong planchet. Imagine a penny struck on a dime or foreign coin blank. These rare misstrikes are jaw-droppingly valuable and sometimes slip through quality control. But now let's talk about the coin that shocked the numismatic world. In the world of collectors, a single 2006 D. Lincoln cent graded MS 69 red with a major doubling error, full luster, perfect centering, and a breathtaking visual appeal, is said to have been offered a private valuation of $70 million. The coin reportedly featured multiple simultaneous errors, a pristine mint state, and was pulled from circulation almost immediately. If authenticated and made public, it could become the most valuable Lincoln cent ever discovered. The truth is, these coins are not always flashy. They don't always scream valuable at first glance. But with the right tools, a magnifying glass, a scale, and a little patience, you could uncover a rare treasure. Even non-error 2006 D cents can be valuable in the right condition. A regular 2006 D Lincoln cent in MS 67 red condition can sell for $150 to $300. A perfect MS 69 red example could push $1,000 or more at auction. Error coins, depending on type and severity, have sold for $2,000, $5,000, even over $25,000. And that legendary specimen, if sold at public auction with its grade and errors verified, could fetch $70 million, or more, depending on the market and bidding frenzy. You might be asking, why are people paying this kind of money? Simple. It's about rarity, demand, history, and prestige. Owning the only known example of a minting marvel? That's like owning the Mona Lisa of pennies. Big collectors, museums, and even private investors are now eyeing high-grade error coins as alternative asset. Just like luxury art or rare stamps, these coins are part of a growing collectible economy where value continues to climb year after year. And it's not just about the money, it's about the thrill of the hunt. Thousands of people are now searching through their change jars, old penny rolls, and childhood coin albums, hoping to be the one who finds the next big treasure. That includes you. So what should you do right now? Check your 2006 D Lincoln cents, especially if they're shiny, red-colored, and uncirculated. Look for doubling, off-center strikes, and unusual shape. Use a 10x jeweler's loupe or magnifier to inspect closely. Weigh your penny, it should be around 2.5 grams. Any major difference could mean a wrong planchet. If you suspect something valuable, submit your coin to PCGS or NGC for professional grading. Never clean your coin, it destroys its value. Who knows, maybe the next $70 million penny is already sitting in your pocket. So, before you spend that penny, look at it again. The 2006 D Lincoln cent might just be the most valuable 1-cent coin in the world. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your coin collecting friends, and subscribe to Coins Master for more amazing coin stories, values, and rare finds you won't believe. This is your host signing off. Happy hunting, and may your next penny bring you $1 million surprise. Would you like a YouTube thumbnail or title to go with this script? I can create that for you too.